Good morning. It's been a while, Ellie.
It's been a while.
What's going on?
I even got you an extra cap just so you can look uniform.
Oh, wow. Look at
the
that.
merch.
Some Nissan Black merch. Today, what's today? Today's Zion.
A bit more here.
Today is Zion Cheshvan. It also happens to be October. Yo, careful, the ladies are going to start going crazy. Ellie. Masha's gonna
It's not my goal. It's not my goal. Just trying to help a fella Yid.
Yeah, it's October 29th. It's been a minute. I don't think we've done one like the whole month, and maybe like once in September.
Yeah, we went through Tishrei. I mean, the whole of Tishrei. That's a big.
It's been a little bit crazy. A lot of stuff going on. Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, Trump was here. That was
Trump was here, and Rubio was here, and Whitcock.
Does USA care? I mean, they came, so it looks like, and Jared Kushner seems to care, and and all the pundits seem to care on like Ben Shapiro and this and that, a lot of podcast people. But then there's also a whole realm of other stuff going on that's not simple.
But before we get into that, we are going to sing a song.
Yoav is here. Hello, Yoav. He's got an amazing song called Freedom. I would sing it if I was able to, but we'll let you sing it at some point soon, please.
Maybe we got to get your ear on this podcast.
He's amazing. He's reaching out at Universal like in a way that we're just.
What up, Patrick? How you doing?
Patrick. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram and
YouTube. Okay, we're singing the song.
Let's go.
What do we say, Shuva?
Shuva.
Right, this is a song that Rosh Shlomo over here in Shirat David, we're actually in the Mamad.
In Mamad, just in case something kicks off.
Oh, God forbid, we're good.
And the world
Baruch Hashem, everything is good, thank God.
Thank God. We haven't been in a Mamad for months and months, since
Baruch
the
Hashem.
Iran War, I think, probably. Maybe
thank God. But we did, there was a guy from the front who was killed yesterday.
Yeah, it's still going on. The war has not.
So that's the whole ceasefire. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's just, this is a song that Rosh Shlomo cast at the Morah Datra of Shirat David. We are here using their space, so thank you to that. This is a song where he was in the Shuva
and the
Junction.
inspiration, so let's go.
He was in the Shuva Junction, and this song was downloaded to him. It's one of my favorite songs of his, and just in general.
He dedicates it to you these days.
Because he knows how much I love it, I think.
Yeah,
okay. Shuva Hashem Hashem Yiteinu Gafikim Ba'negev. Shuva Hashem Hashem Yiteinu Gafikim Ba'negev. Shuva Hashem Hashem Yiteinu Gafikim Ba'negev. Shuva Hashem Hashem Yiteinu Kafikim Ba'negev. Hazorim B'dima Berina Yitzolu. Hazorim B'dima Berina Yitzolu.
We're in the USA.
We are not in the USA.
I am planning a tour, Hanukkah, so I will be in Toronto, in New York City, and Miami. I know Toronto is not officially USA yet, according to Trump, but
I don't know if we want Toronto.
I'll be in Toronto. Very happy to be in Canada.
To all my
beautiful country, beautiful friends there. Chabad obviously being the leaders over there with Levi Miller. I'm coming, Matthew's son, and we're carrying on to New York, and then please go down to Miami to join the. It could be there's either a massive migration from New York to, with Mandani. They put up the Nefesh B'Nefesh picture of Mandani.
Actually, Corona was gaining a lot of ground yesterday.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
People are predicting, unfortunately, but it could lead to other things which are positive, like we said, Nefesh B'Nefesh, people coming back home.
Hopefully.
But,
all right, let's get to the...
to Miami.
To the,
so I'll be in Miami for the end part of the tour.
Are you going to be in Miami for all of Hanukkah?
The last part, Shabbos Hanukkah, and we've got a big show, the 18th, double show in Lauderhill, a new place which is bringing a lot of new Jews back to Hashem.
Actually, might be in the States during that time also.
Oh, amazing. We've got Alex Clare performing as well.
Oh, wow.
Miller. If you show LPAC, some Israeli representatives.
I don't.
He's a good guy.
That's awesome.
Shia. And what else? There's There's so much going on. I mean, like this last week, we just first got to just internalize what happened. There was a ceasefire, whatever they called it. What do they call it? Peace deal. I don't really see it as a peace. I mean, like all peace deals end up in pieces.
It's one big load of BS.
Without the D, without the Sat the Shema.
And I really
I got emotional though when Trump spoke.
Yes, it was great when he spoke in Knesset. People were complaining about the fact that he was speaking.
He made the Arab Chevra wait for him. That's funny. He's such a
as much as we love Donald Trump, and as much as good that him and his administration has done for the state of Israel, I think
that's what the Rebbe called.
There's just one bottom line that I think we can't forget, and they just don't get it.
That's the one, the understanding. I think they care, but it's the understanding.
They don't.
I feel Trump cares. I just feel that's the understanding.
I believe
you have to have humility to really understand, or really
that they care. They really do care. Yeah. I do believe Trump cares. I just don't think he gets it. I don't think he understands
such a complicated region from outside.
The deep level of hatred that there is for us as Jews.
It's also understanding the jihadi mindset as well, or the left-wing mindset, or even this now new right mindset which is against Israel. So that to understand what we're up against and what we've always been up against historically, and this is bottom line is a hatred towards our people,
And I just the whole thing with Qatar and them being involved, and you're not annexing anything. We don't need to annex the land. It's ours. It's our sovereign land that was given to us by God. Right? That's the bottom line. Okay? It's our land. It always was and it always will be our land.
Well, that's when it comes to the point of independent, focus. Meaning that Israel doesn't now have to always look at the world for its thumbs up to do anything.
But we're not independent.
On some level, financially, militarily, there's politically, there's a lot of years and years of not independent, but there's a better word which is called interdependent, which I think is really where humanity needs to head towards. This is my personal thing. Unity Souls, United Souls, Unity Brookings. That's my whole thing, is making alliances. You see, for example, recently, just in terms of our chevra here in the shul, they're making alliances with the son of Hamas, the Green Prince. So that's on one side. Then you've got Tommy Robinson from the UK. And then you've got all these, the US ambassador, all these people coming through.
That's a little bit different because they're not...
Charlie Kirk before that and his legacy.
But that's different because they're not dependent on one another in order to be successful. Israel at this point cannot, they can because it's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's what we need to remember. When people ask me, well, who would you vote for right now? Honestly, I really don't know. But at the end of the day, we need a leader, and I do believe that Bibi, I said this before, he's the toughest job in the entire world.
Yeah.
But we need a leader who has Yirat Shamayim, not Yirat Arsot Habrit, and that's the bottom line. We need somebody who understands that if you don't get rid of every single person in Gaza and take over, and Rosh Shlomo said this in his speech on Shabbat, and I really like...
Oh, it's strong. But he didn't put that out publicly after Shabbat, so are we allowed to? I just want to make sure we're not
I take that back. The only way, you're right, thank you. I don't know if it's something that...
Because that's his personal choice if he wants to share it past Shabbat.
But at the end...
Something said in the shul, you've got to really come visit to really get the feeling here. Once again, it's a real nafkamina. People, I know that Rogan and all that, Rogan's had recently a trigonometry podcast, which thank God they're good. They're looking for truth. They're good guys. But he's also made fun of people like Douglas Murray about there is a big point, and maybe it's the way he said it, I don't know, whatever, but the point, you do have to be here on some level. It is actually a real difference, coming from outside or coming here. And real journalism means you come to the place, and you do actually have
you actually see it with open eyes, and you understand
and spiritually also, just understanding spiritually, this is something, and people should get this. I don't know why it has to be brought into the spiritual or even the just logical, rational realm. But when you're in a place you've experienced, there's a special light, there's a special awe, there's a special reality of Eretz Yisrael that you cannot experience from books or from outside of Eretz Yisrael.
Well,
you have to come in.
That's something that Charlie Kirk said all the time when I got
there.
Right. It's I literally was in the place where JC was born.
What's amazing with him is he's thinking about putting out a book on Shabbat.
I think
he was thinking about putting a book on Shabbat, and it is coming out. It's already a bestseller, And that shows you, because Eretz Yisrael is the seventh land, and Shabbat is the seventh day, and there's a certain respect that he had in his legacy. And Ben Shapiro, thank God, and all these other pundits who are on the right side of history are trying to push that message out there. But it's like we're dealing with a reality which almost wants to, the light and the darkness are fighting it out right now. It's quite intense, watching it online. And so that's why I feel like for us, once again, you come back to the Shabbat when Rav Shlomo spoke, he's just speaking from the reality of living here. Not that we can get into what he said, that you have to come visit, but the reality, the truth of bringing up your children here in the future for us.
This isn't what Rav Shlomo said. This is something that I've been saying for a while. It's in order for us to prevent something from what happened on Simchat Torah 2 years ago to happen again, is you need to get rid of every single person in Gaza, and it needs to be taken over by us. We need to live there.
But that's the thing. They themselves said that they're not planning on stopping. And they're proving
and
it
they
now.
also they said that they're not
there's
laying
13
down.
more bodies still stuck.
They're not laying down their arms. Yeah. Just yesterday, they put on a whole show. They threw bodies into the ground, right, and then they dug it up, then videoing it as if they just found the body. They know where all 13 bodies are. They know where every single one is. They're playing games, and that's the thing that the Western world doesn't understand. They care, but they don't understand. They don't get it. They're not going to lay down their arms. They just killed. They came out of the tunnel yesterday, and they killed a guy. They killed a guy from Efrat who was in the engineering corps.
Right.
They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop, and I think that's the lack of understanding and almost the naivety. And even if they do sign this deal, what do you think is going to happen in 3 years when Trump isn't president?
God forbid.
Right?
I mean, look, there is a, thank God, a movement to try and keep what Trump is doing, the momentum, and maybe...
They're scared of Trump because he's the lunatic, right?
Well,
at the end of the day.
But he's a good lunatic.
Yes.
He's tuned into...
He's unpredictable.
Into certain values and truths that we appreciate, and that this is great for us as a people, because bottom line, even if Trump continues and his legacy continues, we still know, being either, if you call him Achashverosh or Cyrus, whatever you call him, it pushes us to a point where we have to turn to Hashem, because we can't rely on him. He's so unreliable.
We can't rely on anyone.
Can't rely on the US. We can say thank you to the US when they do good things.
100%. And we're eternally grateful for everything that him and his administration did in his first term.
I'm from the UK, originally, so I was just back there, and they haven't done enough. And the
haven't done anything good.
So there are individuals who are starting to stand.
They wanted to declare a fake city and state.
Yeah, God forbid. So yes, England definitely needs to learn from Trump. They can't criticize him because they haven't proven anything better. So
unfortunately, I think the reality of the situation is that it's really I think the Kodesh Baruch Hu was just telling us, guys, listen, at the end of the day, it's just me. And we need to remember that. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
We need to just trust the Kodesh. And Kodesh Baruch Hu tells us what to do. It's in the Torah. It's very simple. Ger Toshav. They want to stay. They want to be. They want to be foreigners in the land and live here. They can. If they don't, they can leave peacefully on their own. And if either one of those two don't work, guess what? We got to do what you got to do.
Right.
It's for the survival of the state.
I think that it's something that the people who understand the situation, listen to Tommy Robinson. I know people don't understand totally, or even better, the son of Hamas. And you hear how clear it is by these people who visited and spent time, or the son of Hamas who's from here, is from Gaza. People who are here understand.
He grew up getting his tuchas beaten because that's what they understand. That's the other thing.
And if you see what they're planning in Europe and planning in America, and Listen Black's been putting out a lot. Talking about Listen Black, he's been putting out a lot of content, exposing a lot of things. I don't know if you've seen the last 10 videos. A lot of content. It's all very similar to the other kind of stars, but he's doing it in his way, and it's good. And he's pushing. I was surprised how much he's come into this space, but obviously, the music is important, but he also now needs to. This is like an emergency moment, this is for the soul of humanity. If we align with, God forbid, the left or these jihadis, death cult, which is what they are, so it's doom gloom for humanity. This is survival. This is for, humanity's success. And there's a whole new thing coming, and we're seeing it already online with the AI and Cyrus and all the different videos that are just fake media. There's fakeness, the sheker, which unfortunately I feel is aligned with that whole movement.
Of course.
Because it builds its momentum off lies. So we've got to be even stronger in sharing the truth and going into the spaces where people are and putting out the truth. And this is what the real kindness, we're trying to be real. We do care about Eretz Yisrael, we do care about truth, and we do care about alliances. We want to keep strengthening that. We don't want to say we're better than anyone. We're here to strengthen the truth. And kindness
I
is...
say that.
All right, you can do that. The kindness is the foundation of our people.
Yeah,
we were chosen. We were chosen. It's true. We were chosen, but it's a responsibility. And that means even me, I take it all the way in as a person. Am I kind to people? Am I smiling at people? Am I more giving? Like, there's a lot of things I'm still working on, to fulfill that responsibility. Right. I think as a nation, I think we're doing amazing considering what we're up against. What we're up against in this war. We did, if you listen to any real honest army experts, we were beyond our morality, and in terms of, I know from my own son, like how much he was most in effort, how much energy he put into that whole time when he was serving in Gaza and Lebanon and Syria, and how much it was about a high level of standard of warfare than what was in front of them. So we've definitely shined. It's just a matter of people seeing that truth, and that's where we have to keep sharing this kind of content. That means we have to give time for the sake of humanity to share the truth.
And B'ezrat Hashem, we will continue. Just FYI, for those of you that are interested in, Just One Chesed and what we're doing, like we're making a real big push now, from now until the end of the year to raise funds. We're trying to raise funds for mental health, and there are a tremendous amount of organizations out there that are doing that. I understand that, but Just One Chesed has gotten a good name amongst the soldiers for their physical well-being and their tactical needs, and they're reaching out to us. They're saying, "Hey, we need help. Help us." So we're trying to create. We're creating. We're not trying to.
Yeah.
We are creating. We've done a couple of overnight retreats in the Judean desert. We're planning on doing like couples retreats for soldiers and their wives. The whole country needs mental health. There's a serious PTSD going on amongst anybody and everybody within this country.
We don't want to be back in another bomb shelter. We want to hear those sirens on our phones and all around us. We need to heal.
And we're doing a lot of that. And later on, I think tomorrow, I'm going to figure out if I'm coming to the States, B'ezrat Hashem, to try to fundraise for the mental health aspect of things.
Because there are so many people in the US who are the Medina Shel Hesed, who care.
Correct.
And they want to be mishtatif and partner. As I said, I'm bringing unity, focus, bringing music, bringing inspiration. He's bringing Just One Chesed, caring for the soldiers. I also hope when I'm there that I'm going to be there for Shabbaton. I'm going to try to talk about what we went through the last few years, just to give, once again, people need perspective of what's gone on.
Right.
And it's one thing to hear it from online or hear it from, people who are perceiving it a certain way. It's another thing for people that went through it. We've gone through it. Whoever's been part of our podcast flow, you've seen the journey over here, and it's real. I mean, you're investing day after day in this.
I'm bleeding.
You're all in.
Gotta leave in 2 minutes, and we're going to do pizza making. There's a couple who's here that make pizzas. We're going to go take it to the soldiers. Yesterday, every day, literally every day, there's something Baruch Hashem that's going on. And we had a wellness day yesterday in Efrat, where we filled all the slots literally within like 2 hours. We decided on Sunday that we're doing it. Boom.
And not just that, just all around us in Efrat, there's helicopters flying around. If you noticed recently, there's soldiers on our fences. There's things going on we don't know about. There's so much security that constantly has to work 24/7. You have to realize, and that's going on a global level as well. Because unfortunately, these jihadis are everywhere, and the whole world has to be on its feet to protect us. So this is the time to really take care of it.
I said this
as a human problem. It's like a cancer, God forbid. You have to remove it. Hashem Shemini.
Baruch Hashem, we had the schut. The Lillians had the schut of hosting 7 seminary girls this past Shabbat.
Yeah.
And they were telling us, I don't understand, how come my seminary doesn't technically allow us to come, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you have to understand something. The military, here in the Gush and throughout all of Israel, they prevent dozens of attacks daily. You only hear about when it slips through the cracks.
Right.
That they're working literally 24/7
100%.
to protect us, and with Bezat Hashem, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help, and His Siyata Dishmaya, and us spreading the truth, they will be successful.
Amen.
And Bezat Hashem, we got to do this again. Let's not wait a month and a half.
Yeah, it
Bezat
was a long wait on this one.
Bezat Hashem, we'll try to do it again, like we did last prior,
Yeah,
once a
did
week,
last
maybe
summer.
once every 2 weeks or whatever it may be. But we will be back. Send us any questions if you have any. If you guys want to donate to Just One Chesed, or you want to give to Unity projects.
Yeah, the main thing
Let
is
us
for
know.
me is just connect. I support Just One Chesed and connect to UnityInspiredProjects.com because I want to bring the inspiration to the communities through all these wonderful people like Yosef, and we have a large list.
There's a bunch of different organizations that are doing unbelievable work.
All amazing. And
You
we
guys are
need
all-
to collaborate, and alliances need to be strengthened because the other side is definitely not schlepping. We need to be awake. We need to get stuff done. Shuva Hashem, Eshiva Seinu.
Kafi Kim Baneged.
Only
Have a good one, guys.
Amen. Thank you. Shalom.